Hi guys, this is gsnom.com and I'm here with the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy A50. It's here at last, and some people have been calling it Samsung Galaxy A50 2019, just to make sure. So we're dealing with a pretty potent mid-range phone with a triple camera and an on-screen fingerprint scanner, and also the brand new Infinity U display. It's got to be the very first Samsung phone that we're playing with, which comes with a notch. Yes, I said a notch, even though Samsung was swearing it would never make a phone with a notch. So you can see here the tiny teardrop shaped notch for the selfie camera, and this is the famous phone. We have it in a beautiful shade of blue. Don't be fooled by the looks, it's not glass, it's a special type of glass stick, that's what they call it. It's basically plastic made to look like glass. Okay, Samsung Galaxy A50 mid-range phone should be priced at around $300 or even below $300 at least on the market in India. Now inside the box, let's see what we got here. So we find the typical charger that comes with most Samsung phones. It promises adaptive fast charging, and it also should deliver 9 volt 1.67 ampere charging and 5 volt 2 ampere charging. That's what it promises here. Okay, we put it on the side, then we go further when we find the USB Type-C to full USB cable, and then a pair of headphones, which frankly speaking are a bit of a throwback. If I'm not mistaken, this type of headphones were to be found with the Galaxy J models. So not the Galaxy A, but rather the Galaxy J. Pretty old school, pretty affordable, if not cheap, let's say. Okay, so we also have the SIM key here. It's tiny, it's made of metal presumably, and helps you access the slots on the device. Okay, that's everything available inside the box, but wait, there's more. Under the lid of the box, just like the Galaxy S series from this year, you'll find an extra box which should reveal a bunch of manuals. Okay, here we go. Quick start guide, warranty, regional lock code, and we're about done with the box of the handset. Putting this here and this also, flipping it up, and now it's time to fire up the phone, see what it's all about, and see what the fuss is, because it's got to be one of the most famous mid-range handsets right now all over the world. Samsung Galaxy A50, secured by Knox, runs on Android Pie with One UI on board, and other things to mention here. It comes in white, black or blue. We have the most beautiful hue of them all. It measures 7.7 millimeters in thickness, and in spite of the fact that it's pretty large screen-wise, 6.4 inches, it's rather light at 166 grams. It also feels light, but it doesn't feel as premium as other Galaxy A models. I remember the Galaxy A models like the Galaxy A5, for example. That one was made of metal, and there was also Galaxy A5 with a glass back. There were Galaxy J models which had the metal body. This one switches it over to plastic for the sake of maybe cutting costs. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pick English. Let's start the setup, and just as we set up the phone, I'm going to talk to you about the specs. Okay, no need for that. Skip this for now. Skip. And as I mentioned before, the phone feels pretty light, and as far as the display is concerned, we're getting a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED panel with a Full HD Plus resolution and Gorilla Glass protection, plus a 19.5:9 aspect, just in case you were wondering. Now inside the handset, we find the Exynos 9610 CPU. It's an octa-core chipset, and it's been rumored to pop up on a future Motorola phone for some reason. Aside from the Exynos 9610, we have 4 or 6 GB of RAM and 64 or 128 GB of storage, plus micro SD card slot. The battery is on the generous side, 4000 mAh lithium ion with 15 watt fast charge, and there's also once again an in-display fingerprint scanner. Basically, the fingerprint scanner has been embedded into the screen. As you can tell, we're running on a One UI on top of Android Pie, which also should come with a special night mode, which is this one here, and you've seen a demo of it when we played the Galaxy Note 9, which has been updated. Anyways, I think it's time to discuss the cameras. Let's start with the simpler aspect. Selfie camera is a 25 megapixel shooter with fixed focus, hidden right here, and above it is a very tiny, very tiny earpiece. At the back side, triple camera setup. We have a single LED flash here, and the camera are as follows. There's a 25 megapixel shooter here, the main one with face detection autofocus. There's the 8 megapixel shooter with the ultra wide lens, and there's a 5 megapixel depth sensor for the bokeh capture. That's about it. The phone has dual SIM and single SIM versions. It's got Wi-Fi dual band, 4G LTE, USB Type-C port at the bottom. There's an audio jack, which is always good news. There's the speaker right here, and on paper we're being promised up to 19 hours of video playback, which sounds pretty cool if you ask me. What's not very cool is the way this phone does multitasking. I already complained about it in the Galaxy S10 review. Not a big fan of this approach. I prefer the carousel. Anyways, just like we always do, I'm going to have a quick peek at the camera interface, and it's basically just like we left it on the Galaxy S10. Okay, so we can switch from a regular shot to ultra wide shot, and the angle is quite generous. Okay, now we have video capture, we have slow motion, there's hyperlapse happening here, photo, of course, live focus, which is basically bokeh with a slider for the depth, pro, panorama, and more to be discovered as time passes and as we play with this phone even more. So Samsung Galaxy A50 from 2019, the most desired mid-range phone at the moment from what I've heard, priced at around $300, maybe less in India, and it doesn't feel as premium as the previous Galaxy A models, but you have to make compromises to make a really mainstream phone. The screen looks gorgeous so far, and the camera is promising. We'll be back with a full review very soon. This has been the unboxing of the Galaxy A50 from gsnhome.com. Bye bye.